Hey everyone. Welcome back to Strange Mind 6. I'm your host Ruby, and today we're going to be getting into a new series called Baba Yaga's Assistant by Marika McCoola, illustrated by Carroll. But before we begin, I would like to ask that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and without further ado, grab a snack, grab a drink, or sit back and relax, and let's get to this. Once upon a time, in a place much like this, people told stories of Baba Yaga. She flies around at night in her mortar and pestle, stealing chickens from yards and bicycles from porches. She takes cats and dogs without a sound and eats them for Sunday brunch. She's a mean crone who steals children. But why, Mama? What does she do with them? If they're naughty, she turns them into goldfish and watches them flop around for fun. One look at her can give children stomach aches. This next second, they're dead. But there's another side to every story. Help wanted. Assistant wanted ASAP. Must have skills in hauling, obeying orders, cooking and cleaning. Magical talent a bonus. Must be good with heights. Enter Baba Yaga's house to apply. Baba Yaga's assistant. Magical talent. Grandma had it. Wonder if it's inheritable. Masha, it's time. Did you change into something nice? Yes. Dad, you still have dirt under your nails. Jenny knows I study plants and soil. Besides, she's a master gardener. There's dirt under her nails, too. You could have told me more about her before you proposed. Masha, I've been lonely since your mother died. Me too. You could have eaten dinner with me some nights, or we could have gone to the movie or a concert together. You had your grandma for that. She had the cookies and the stories. All I have is science and plants. It wasn't a contest. I would have liked. Ding dong. Every single book on step parents tells you it's not going to be like Cinderella. Grandma would have laughed at that. I don't know if you would have, Mom. Masha, this is Jennifer and her daughter Danielle. Jennifer, my daughter Masha. I've heard so much about you. Danny, Masha will be your new sister. Hi, Danny. I don't want a sister. It's all right. Danielle. As Danielle pushes Masha in the stomach. Oof. And runs. Danielle Elizabeth Morgan. I'm sorry about that. She's still adjusting to the idea. Aren't we all? Do you know what happens to bad children? Baba Yaga takes them away. Do you want Baba Yaga to take you away from me? No. Then apologize. Sorry. Ang! As she bites Masha. Ah! I'm going for a walk. Will you join us for dinner? You won't be having it in your office? No, Jenny prefers me to eat with her and Danny. You've been eating with them while I'm here alone? Well, I'm glad you finally found a family worth your time. As Masha visits her mother and grandmother. Hi, Grandma. She reminisces about the times she spent with her grandmother. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived with her father and stepmother and two stepsisters. And the stepmother was evil. She was. She was determined to get rid of the little girl. Is this what you looked like when you were little? Yes. Are you ready to keep reading? Follow that path to my sister's house and ask her for a needle and thread so that I might embroider. The little girl went, taking her doll with her for company. Why are you here? My stepmother sent me to borrow a needle and thread. If you clean my house by morning, I will give you what you wish. If not, I will gobble you up. Baba Yaga locked away her needle and thread and gave the girl a crust of bread. There is too much work to do by morning. Then we will help. By morning the house was spotless, but Baba Yaga would not let the girl leave. The smallest doll unlocked the chest where Baba Yaga kept her needle and thread. A larger doll unlocked the door, and the little girl escaped into the woods. When the girl returned home, the stepmother and stepdaughters tried to needle, but it would not thread and only pricked their fingers. But the little girl threaded it easily and began to sew the most amazing embroideries anyone had ever seen. Why do the little girls always escape? Because they want to go home to their families. But their families aren't always nice. Why did you go home? If I chose Baba Yaga, I never would have embroidered with a magical needle, or met your grandfather or raised your mother, and those were all important adventures. But Baba Yaga has magic and she can fly. I think life with a witch is more adventurous, Grandma. Not often. You see, Baba Yaga likes resourceful little girls like you, and she rewards those who trick her. Grandma, does Baba Yaga really eat children? Now go to sleep. I should have stayed with Baba Yaga. I want to ride in her mortar and pestle. She reminisces. So, she doesn't have two daughters like in the story, and she seems nice enough, but it doesn't matter. Dad's devoted to them. Also, that kid is a horror. Babysitting her would be like tending to a grizzly bear. I'm going to the woods. Now that you're gone, I don't really have anyone. Dad found a new family. Why can't I? I know Baba Yaga is a witch, but she's a grandma too, right? But I don't think her grandchildren help her. I'm tired of being overlooked. I need to do something useful for someone. You had your adventure with Baba Yaga. It's time for me to have mine. I love you. As Masha grabs everything she needs, she leaves a note for her dad. And so it was that Masha left her old life behind her. And she walked into the woods and walked until she saw Baba Yaga's house. What are you doing here, child? Haven't you heard the stories? Don't you know that what I eat for breakfast? I heard you needed an assistant. And you think you're up to the job? Yes. Is that so? Can you haul and clean and cook for a witch? These woods are haunted, filled with terrifying beasties and things that go bump in the night. Can you, little girl, live in this forest? I've walked all night through this forest. I'm not afraid of it. If you can enter my house, I will give you some tests. Your ad says I only have to enter your house. That's false advertising. I'm a witch. You are a little girl. Your first lesson is that we play by my rules. The second is that deceit is the rule, not the exception. I am a witch after all. As Baba Yaga enters her home, the door to her home disappears. House, turn your back to the forest and your front to me. It can't be that easy. That's in all the stories. Maybe a ladder, then up I go? I hope it's like a tree. Nice chicken legs, pretty chicken legs. As she gets up to the porch, she knocks. Please let me in. And she notices a key latch. Masha thought back on all the stories in which children outwitted Baba Yaga. In one, a young girl bribed Baba Yaga's dog to be quiet and gave her cat a piece of fish in return for directions. But that's all about escaping. I need to get in. Then she remembered the gate. As she ran from Baba Yaga's house, the girl poured oil on the gate's squeaking hinges. In return, it silently opened and closed for her. The gate defied even Baba Yaga because the girl had been so kind. Open up! She's getting away! What would a door want? Or a toothy keyhole? The house turns as Masha drops to the ground. Whump! You think shimmying up your bumpy leg was easy, do you? I've climbed trees with nicer bark than your legs. You make a pine tree look like a model. Wait, you're a singular house. What other houses can hide its door and stalk about? You are extraordinary. Brilliant, really. I do love a show-off. As the house goes a bit closer to Masha, the stairs come out, and Masha goes up them. Now, What do I have for you? Hmm, as Masha looks through her bag. Ta-da! I think it's cherry. Wouldn't you like a taste? Thank you. Here goes. And so it was that Masha came to take the tests. The first test. What's this? 1. Clean house. 2. Care for pets. 3. Prepare dinner. I'm going to need more than a broom. Grandma always said music made cleaning more like a dance. What could be more appropriate than ooh, I might butcher this name. Tchaikovsky's Witch. As she plays her music, she does the dishes, then dusts everything off. It's so difficult to help someone who doesn't want to be helped. In return for help, I need a modicum of fairness. I need a Rumpelstiltskin without the bit where I have to give up my firstborn. Not that I'll have a firstborn anytime soon. Since Baba Yaga's real, you should be too. Magic, Grandma would say, is a fickle thing. Grandma, are these from your story? Yes, they're beautiful, aren't they? Which they're Russian dolls. They are called Matryoshka. My mother gave them to me when I was a girl. Are they really magic? Will they help me make my bed and clear the table? You'll have to take them home and see. They are yours to care for now. After that, Masha left a little food on the windowsill each night to see if the dolls would come to life. But when the mice arrived, her father put an end to that practice. That was delightful, and much better than crumbs. What's it called? The doll said. Crash! So, we're doing mountains of dishes, are we? We haven't done that in ages. Cleaning? Pardon? We're cleaning Baba Yaga's house. Baba Yaga? It's changed since the last time we were here. You've been here before? When you unlocked the trunk and helped my grandma escape? It was an adventure. Now for this pigsty. But my grandma, your adventure. We'll have it sparkling in a twinkle. All 5 of the dolls said, as they helped Masha. It's so nice to clean with someone, since Grandma, well, it's much better than doing it alone. As the house moved, Masha gets thrown back. Ah! She grabs her doll, making sure that they don't break. Where do you think we're going? Is this part of the test? Because it's not on your list. House, where are you going? Did you hear me? Nice of you to add some stairs. With all these bumps and bruises, it was the least you could do. What? Grrr. trespasser. Ah! A large bear approaches. Swipe! You are trespassing. Masha trips over a rock. And I eat trespassers, says the bear. Paralyzed with fear, Masha returned to the tales of her childhood, the ones her grandmother told her. In one story, a kiss turned a frog into a prince. In another, a hideous beast was transformed into a man with kisses and tears. And yet another was cursed to be a bear, who became a man at night. To win his transformation and his freedom, his bride washed the stains from his shirt. That never made any sense. What? As she kisses the bear's little nose. That was foolish of him. But what can you expect from a bear? He's not exactly up to snuff on his fairy tales. I suppose not. You suppose correctly. Is he a toy? A talisman, much more powerful. What use would I have for a silly toy bear? Now come, take a moment to help me, my dear. It's time for your practical exam. What? As she follows Baba Yaga. You never mention a practical exam. I'm mentioning it now. Well, don't just stand there, girl. Climb up. Of course. I assume you can cook? Yes. Here it is. Now get down the measuring cups. Where did you go? Aha! While you're up there, get 1 jar of pus, some powders, eels, 2 bunches of drowned maiden's hair, harpy feathers, the tears of 7 princes, goose eyes, garlic, and the tin of cookies. Did you say cookies? Yes, the cookies. Can't work without something to snack on, now can I? My grandma said food was the prize of the living. Smart woman. Yes, she was. I need half a cup. It's 3 eyes, not 4. I figured that out last time. Fetch me my ink so I can fix it. Masha fetches it. Drat! It's the powdered eels. Now, what have you done? I didn't mean to drop it. Stop fretting. Nothing is too difficult or too dirty to clean. Aren't they beautiful, Grandma? As Masha reminisces again. Yes, and I'm certain they are magical. Masha, stay away from the bleeding hearts. They're very delicate. Those are the ones Mama planted, right? Yes. Grandma, I caught another one. Good for you, sweetheart. Yip, yip. No. Ah. I didn't mean to. As she falls into her mother's bushes. Are you hurt? What happened? My bleeding hearts. I told you. It was the dog next door. She didn't mean to. Just take her into the house. I'll deal with this. Let's go inside, Masha. I ruined them, and now they're broken and everything is dirty. Broken things can be fixed and healed. Nothing is too difficult or too dirty to clean. As Masha's father cries next to the bleeding hearts, she comes back to the present. What are those? Buttons. Just until I get enough light. Did you know you could cause darkness? It's never happened before. No other instances of magic? Not that I know of. How are you doing that? You're not my assistant yet. What makes you think I'd tell you my secrets? Simple, though they might be. Hand me that bottle. It should have dissipated on its own, but you never know when you might need some inky darkness. Or just something to write with. What about a pencil? There is little permanence to pencil. Be sure to label it properly. As Masha takes out her marker and writes on the bottle, inky darkness. There we are. Now, hand me those powdered eels and I'll be done. How am I scoring? On what? On the practical. You're a negative for precision and a bonus for talent. Okay, and what exactly are we making? A youth potion. It's my specialty. Would you like some? So that I'll become a baby? What good would I be to you then, except as a small forkful of dessert? Would you... Why... Why would you need a potion of youth? It's impolite to discuss someone's age. My grandma always said every wrinkle and scar was proof of surviving an adventure. Irina would say that. Wait, how? Now have you washed my dear pets yet? The bear? No, my dear slithering ones. Slithering ones? If you're going to finish by sunset, you'd better get started. They're waiting for you in the closet. Don't worry about the mess. Sunset? It's the standard arrangement. Yeah. What about midnight? I'm not your fairy godmother, dear. Slams the door. No, I don't have a mother or a grandmother, so why would I, of all people, have a godmother? Here goes. Masha goes to the closet door and hears hiss and croak, hiss, croak. The second test. Well, aren't you all just beautiful? Lucky for you, it's time for a bath. I know she's used this test before. Aha, here it is. Baba Yaga told the girl to fetch some water with which to wash her pets. Of course, the sieve would not hold the water, but with a little clay, the girl stopped up the holes and completed the task. And lucky for me, we're moving beyond wells. So Masha started washing her slithery pets. I don't know if you would think I don't know if you would like being lathered up, so I'll just do rinse and repeat. I think that's all of you. Alright, you guys, back to the closet. Oh, it's so nice and cool and dark in here. Because everyone decided to leave. It's just the right size for me. Why, you all wanted to leave this lovely abode for a big, nighty, light, airy room. I'll never know. Isn't that nice? As they all enter the closet. Come see what I've caught. Masha comes outside. I've brought dinner. All you need to know now is how to cook it, my dear. The third test. But what? How? Roasted, boiled, or baked, anything but poached. I do so hate it when they taste rubbery. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Why I thought I could choose which stories are true and which ones weren't. How well do you remember her? She thinks back again as she stands with her grandmother in front of her mother's tomb. Not well. Mostly, I'm mad at her for leaving. Daddy wants me to be like her, but I don't really remember her. You look like Helena, and he wants to see her in you. As you grow up, he'll realize you're you. It just might take him some time. Don't ever leave me. I can't promise that. Then I'll be mad at you forever. As she runs away. Masha, I will not make a promise I can't keep. Someday you'll understand that. But I will protect you and love you as long as I can. Even when I'm naughty, especially then. Naughty children have to be protected, even if it's just from themselves. Right. I'm not gonna hurt you. I want my mommy. As Masha comes back to the present again. Shh, shh. It's all right now. Ah! Ah! Danny, what did you do? I want to be out now. I know. I'll have to get you out in just a second. I'm trying to save you. Do you understand that? As Danny jumps on her and bites her again. I don't believe you. I'm going to take care of you. But if you attack me again, what? I'll leave you for Baba Yaga. There, now I'm going to keep you safe. You're gonna be fine. Now, let's go into the house. And I'll think of a way to get you out of this mess. Put your fingers in your ears. All of you. No reason I should tell you Baba Yaga's secrets. House, turn your back to the forest and your front to me. Beautiful, wonderful house. I think the porch and stairs add grace to your proportions. Come on. As they enter. Thank you. How about something to eat? No, no, no! No cooking. I am not food. I. Masha looks at them. I meant food for you to eat. If you behave yourselves, Baba Yaga won't want to eat you. Why? She only eats bad children. That's right. So if you're good and follow directions, she won't eat you. She'll eat, we're so sorry. She goes back into reminiscing about the past. Her mother's funeral, to be exact. She hears the people talking. We're so sorry. She was a wonderful woman. I think Masha will grow up to be the splitting image of her. Poor man. Did you send a casserole over? Have you seen the dear little girl? Masha? Masha? Here you are. Do you want to come out? No. How about something to eat? No. How about this? As her grandmother gets her a cookie. Would you like another one? Come out and I'll give you one. As Masha gets out slowly, she sits on her grandmother's lap. That's right. Masha goes back to the present as she starts baking. Smells wonderful. Don't you just love gingerbread? I love gingerbread men. My mommy always tells me to put the faces on them. Well, I will need help making the gingerbread children. Children? Yes. I still think you're gonna cook us, says Danny. I am not going to cook you. But Baba Yaga said she wanted children for dinner. Yes, she did. That's why we're making her gingerbread children. Oh. Well, I don't think she deserves cookies. I'm making you. That doesn't look like me. This one has long legs like my brother. This one is fat. Careful now. Let's put it on the baking sheet. Where did Danny go? I don't know. Who's Danny? Danielle. She had to pee. Right. You keep decorating. They look great. Danny? Danny. Are you done in there? Yes. Hee. Do you need help? No. Right. There's a reason Baba Yaga brought you here. Don't come in. Danny, what are you doing? Ah. Splash. Wow, I did magic. No. What have you done? A puddle of problems. I was having fun until you interrupted. Do you know what happens when little girls drop Baba Yaga's towel? No, but I'm not scared of anything. Baba Yaga chased after her. Escaped meal, getting closer and closer as she reached Baba Yaga. But as Baba Yaga reached out to snatch her, splash! A river sprung up between the two of them. Perilous to cross, Baba Yaga opened her iron jaw and drank the river down. But Baba Yaga isn't here, so the water will rise up to our knees, then to our necks, and then to the ceiling. And we aren't fish. I want my mommy. I hate you. It's worth a try. Almost. As she tries to get Baba Yaga's dentures and drops the cup into the water. The water is slowly going down. Thank goodness. Hush, Danny. It's going to be all right. You see, now put back the things you took. I promise to be better. I'm sure you do. But I'll have to see it to believe it. All right, it's time to go. I'm taking you home. But we haven't finished yet. Do you want to be here when Baba Yaga gets back? No, nope. Do you think my mom missed me? Yeah, but not your sister. Wait outside for just a moment. Danny, close your eyes and no peeking. Please help me out. I don't want to leave this house a mess. Please help me like you did my grandma. Let's go. As the dolls open up again. Through the woods again. You know the way through the woods? No. Then how will we? But I know someone who does. As Masha takes out the bear talisman. In the stories of Baba Yaga only has to breathe onto it and it comes to life. But you're not Baba Yaga. Who wakes me? You. Yes. That's Baba Yaga's bear. Yes, and he's going to show us the way out of these woods. And what makes you think I know the way? You're a magical bear with a nose. If you don't know the way, you can certainly find it. And what if I refuse? Well, if you'd like to be a bit of wood again, I can arrange that. But I'm also pretty sure that you have to show me, seeing as I summoned you. Very well, put the little ones on my back. He's gonna eat me. He's not gonna eat you. And this will be much faster. Hold tight to my fur. As they start heading out the woods, they see the creatures of the night. Where do you think you're going? My dear Teddy, whatever are you doing here? I couldn't help myself. Enough! Help! Ah! Eat! I suggest, my little puddings, that you turn around and walk into my oven, or I shall call my dragon. Dragon? She has a dragon. I don't think so. You children are terrible, nasty creatures. Since you can't be nice, you'll be food. And dragons are superb when it comes for roasting. I don't want to see a real dragon. I'll be nice to Jacob and share my toys. I won't hit my teacher or pull Anne's pigtails. I'm sorry I bit you and ran away. And dropped the towel and broke Mom's cuckoo clock and stole the ribbon, even if it is yellow brick road yellow. And ate the pretty sugar flowers on the cake and spat and lied. Baba Yaga looks at all of them. Danny, what color did you call your hair ribbon? Yellow brick road. Can't you see that? I thought so. Yes, go. As Baba Yaga looks and waves at Masha, winking at her. And so, that it was that the three children and a young woman named Masha escaped Baba Yaga's clutches. Back where we began. Corey's home. Where have you been? I was so worried. All the children went back. Having a sister is better than being eaten. I thank you, Danny. Being around you is better than being roasted by a dragon. But just because you're my sister doesn't mean you can have my mom. Danny, I promise you that I'm not looking for a new mom. Good. Mommy, Mommy! Danny, where have you been? I went to the woods. I saw Baba Yaga. She almost ate me for dinner, but we made gingerbread instead, and I did magic. Then there was a bear, and Masha turned... Masha? Masha! I thought, Dad, I let your grandmother raise you. I'm not surprised you followed in her footsteps. But even if you crush my best plans and prefer the company of a witch, you're still my daughter. Are you coming in? You go. Well, I did a fabulous job as a babysitter and a terrible one as an assistant. What do I do now? There you are. What are you doing here? Picking up my assistant. Why, what else should I be doing? Your assistant, but I stole your dinner. I didn't succeed at all three of my tasks. Bosh. They're just tests. You did an admirable job of terrifying those dreadful children. Even their crunchy pink toes were quaking. And do you think just anyone can turn a ribbon into a magical floating road? Besides, my house likes you. You're going to hire me because your house likes me? My house is a good judge of character. Now get in. In there? Do you see a car around here? Get in, assistant. It's time you saw the woods. Would you like some gingerbread for the flight? And with that, Masha went with Baba Yaga and became her assistant. The end.